Okay, take two. How y'all doing? I believe it's August 9th, Saturday. This video is for my buddy Randy down in Ohio. Hi Glenda, how you doing? You might want to go shopping or maybe go, maybe go cook something, make a cake. Something that'll take you about 10, 15, 20 minutes and let me and Randy be boys for just about a minute. This video is just for Randy. I told him I would go through this and see what we got and make you, he can. This is an offer for him. We got the CR99 CR125. It's got the Swede Tech intake, right? It's got the carbon reeds in it. It's pretty nice, Randy. I didn't even really. I thought it had a V-Force reed cage, but I didn't realize. Stock standard ignition, right? Plug stocks, this stock standard box. Some of the stuff has notes on it because when I got it from Tony, it says new piston, new oil. I'm guessing it's got oil in it, and it says break in. This is where it gets difficult, is trying to do the camera and the flashlight with the same hand. But it's got a detonation ring in the head with O-rings, detonation ring in the top of the cylinder, and take a look at those ports. It does have a little damage to it right there, Randy. You see that? I thought it was a big piece of Nicosil, but it's really not that bad. It is above the exhaust port. I don't know. It's in the compression zone. Would be up to you if you wanted to take and get this thing fixed. The problem is, if you get the chrome replaced, they take your detonation ring off, and then they want to charge you to put it back in. And I had that done with my RS Honda. I had an A-kit cylinder that I blew up and had to have it re-Nicosiled. And they took that out, and when they told me it was some ridiculous amount of money to put it back on because of the acid or whatever they used for the stripping process would eat up the copper. So they just welded it up, and they didn't do a very good job. So bummer about the det ring and having a little damage to the cylinder. But look at those beautiful ports. If that isn't a Swede Tech job, I don't know what is. There ain't nothing left of that bad boy, man. Look at those huge exhaust ports. Beautiful, beautiful. 0.037, I'm guessing, is going to be your squish clearance. That's probably Tony making notes as well. It says here right on the head, it's kind of scribed into it. I can read it. It says add 2mm plug washer. So you need a 2mm washer underneath the plug so it doesn't protrude into the cylinder too far. That's all set up by Rennie at Swede Tech, more than likely. But that's not all. We've got a PWM carburetor. It's in really, really good shape. Doesn't look like it's been used very much at all. I know and this is going to be one of maybe two items I'm going to show you that you could tell me that you don't want it, and I would get rid of it on my own. Is the carburetor and this I got a complete rebuild kit for it. It's got the new choke setup. It's got multiple different inner and outer jets, slow jets, idle jets, a different needle, and all these formed rubber O-ring type things that are rebuilds that go inside the intersection of the carburetor. You take the float bowl off, and there's screws in there that have the little safety thing in the middle, so you can't screw around with it. So you'd have to have somebody who knows what they're doing install that, or you get a little die grinder and you remove the little nib in the middle of the screw so you can take them out yourself. But that's a complete rebuild for the PWM. There is just mountains and mountains of bearings, seals. This bag is heavy. Let me just pull out a handful of stuff. This is all in sealed Honda parts. Little bearings. I don't know if those are water pump bearings. There's seals here Probably some crank seals, gearbox seals, water pump seals, more than likely. So all this stuff is new factory, OEM, new in the package. The packages are all sealed. There's more bearings. Looks like a main bearing. O-rings, little. Looks like a head nut. Something. More seals. I mean, there's just. I mean, Randy, you can look at this stuff in person. I'm not going to go through every little thing. It looks like there's extra clutch springs in there, along with a boatload of other stuff. Here, this is the Speed Concepts aftermarket ignition. Now, this is a Speed ignition box. You have the reprogrammable, the programmer, the serial port stuff you would hook to a computer to program different curves into the box. The box is a 4-position, so there's already 4 ignition programs or curves in the box, and you would select A, B, C, or D. You know, I think you can change this as you're driving, the whole 9 yards, and you can try them and see which one works the best for you. The reason I got this all hooked up is because it was originally, it's CR Honda, but it was made, altered, and modified for my RS Honda, which is the Grand Prix bike motor, and the crankshaft has a different taper. So, as you can see, the center bit that goes on the hub, that goes on the crank, this one is from a RS Honda, and it had been removed and put on a CR. See, it says CR right here, on a CR rotor. So it's this is not for this engine. It won't fit the end of that crank. But besides this, which wouldn't be useful for you, and this harness, which plugs into the Speed Concept box. These plug into an RS ignition, so this bit would not be useful for you. But what is useful for you right off the bat is all of this. These plug directly into your stock standard Honda box, right? Same hookups, right? Same thing you've got there. You've got here, so you've got a spare coil and stator that is usable right out of the box. And that's not all. That's not all. We got what I thought it was an RCE pipe, but it's got some lettering on there, but you can't really make it out. That might be SRS, I'm not sure, but you can't really make it out. But it's not RLV, and that's a fatty pipe. That's I'm gonna guess that isn't a stock Honda pipe, but that'll come with it as well. So complete motor, new piston, right? We got new piston in there. Has not been started or run. From what I see, it's a 5393 piston. And I thought the arrow was supposed to be pointed toward the exhaust. I can't remember with the dirt bike stuff, but anyway, I could get a bore gauge out and see what kind of clearance you got here as compared to, that's not all. What do we got here? We got a 2001 cylinder and head. And what is that? What's that right there? That says Sweet Tech. Let's set the camera down real quick and see what we got going on here, shall we? Let's pull the head nuts off and take a look at this cylinder. I bought this one from Noah Stark. He gave me a good deal on this when I saw that there was a little mark on that cylinder, that full-blown Sweet Tech cylinder. Thought, well, I don't like the big, wide 99 cylinder with the big plugs in it. This has an exhaust plug, but it's just one unit instead of the two separate deals. They got O-rings, they leak, it causes problems. I've never been big into the CR Honda dirt bike thing. We were Yamaha guys, but as you can see, just standard head, standard cylinder with no dent ring in there, but it sure does look pretty nice. As you can see, it's not hurt. Let me get it up at a light here. Let's get you right underneath. Hey, 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 says Mick. It looks pretty good. Looks like those exhausts might be modified a little bit. Those exhaust ports, but it surely doesn't look like that full-blown SwedeTech cylinder, does it? This one actually has although it's got SwedeTech stickers on it on either side, it does say SRE on the bottom. I'm not sure what that means. I thought Noah told me this was an SRS modified cylinder, but who knows? Who knows exactly what? So this is ready. This is plug and play, Randy. This is ready to go. Now I can get my bore gauge out and my tools and measure this and measure the piston that's on the motor and tell you what the wall clearance would be for this if it matters to you, or if you get it in your hands after you buy it and you find out that piston's too big or too small, you can always go to the bike shop or whatever and buy the right piston for this cylinder. So we've got the spare cylinder with it. Trying to set this thing down here, just in here without losing anything. But okay, so we got spare cylinder, PWM carb with a complete rebuild, ton of bearings, gaskets, seals, everything you're going to need. It looks like to do everything. But that's not all. And with the Speed Concept ignition, right? Again, but that's not all. What do we got here? We have still in the package, sealed in the package. That's right. From Honda, brand new crankshaft for the CR125. Brand new crank. Randy, you just burned one of these up, didn't you? Yep. Yes, sir. There you go. So we've got new crank, spare cylinder, pipe, new piston in the motor, spare ignition, all this Speed Concept stuff that you could use if you know, I mean, all these wires are color coded. All you'd have to do is put, I believe, these connections on the end of here to plug into the box or whatever, or no, these plug into the motor. So you would need different plugs on the motor. But again, all of it could be used, could be yours, if the price is right. There's a lot of stuff. There's one more thing. I'm not sure if you can use it or if I'm even willing to get rid of it, but this is the motor mount that came with it. This is for the CR Honda, and it's got this crazy, when the chassis torques, this is supposed to independently, keep the motor from stopping the chassis from flexing and moving. It's got the bottom butterflies and all that stuff on it. It fits the Ren Speed, which is the sister knockoff of your particular cart. Yours is an SSC, I believe. You call it CRG. CRG were the ones that made those carts, but the Ren Speed and the SSC were basically the same go-kart. One made stock standard with the Kawasaki on it to be sold at Kawasaki motorcycle dealers, and the Ren Speed that was made with a stock standard with a YZ Yamaha to be sold at Yamaha bike dealers. Back when they were trying to move carts, trying to get karting more mainstream, right? Instead of promoting kart shops, they were just putting them in bike shops because they had a bike motor on them. So another stab at exposure for karting, I guess. Howie Idelson, I've actually talked to him through Facebook about the Ren Speed and about the whole project, actually. The SSC, the Ren Speed, the Dave Miller was the guy that designed the original bodywork were the real low profile, like IndyCar looking side pods and all that stuff. Interesting story, but he thought it was kind of cool that I still had a Renspeed and was planning on playing with it. So there you go. I could throw this in too if you're interested in it. Actually, I forgot one thing. There was a spare J lever, spare shift lever. Now there's one on it, plus there's another one of a different size. I might even have a sprocket for this thing, Randy. I'm not sure. But that's quite a bit of stuff. I mean, you got everything you need to get this thing in your hands and rebuild it, new crank, new everything, probably without having to go to the store to get anything. I haven't been in here to see, there's carbon reeds if they're damaged or need to be replaced, but this is the hot stuff, man. Tony told me it was his best engine. That's why he hung on to it well into running his 250 for a bunch of years. So we intended to put it on our Renspeed, but as I told you, I got the little 80. I think the 80 would be more fun. It'd be more versatile. You could always take it to Grattan or Gingerman or Nelson for a track day, and it's an 80. It wouldn't be overwhelmingly fast. You could put any of your friends in it, and they wouldn't kill themselves with speed. You could also take it to Fremont or somewhere else on open track days. And I could chase my little nephew Braden around a parking lot over here with a little 80. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Man, I'll give you a good deal on it, but we're not gonna talk about that number here. You're gonna have to give me a call. Godspeed. God bless, brother. Hang in there, Glenda. You can come back in now. There's quite a bit of stuff here, and it's all good stuff. And I'd like to see it go to a friend. So there you go. Hang in there, man. Give me a buzz. God bless. Talk to you later.